Okay, does anybody use the Waze app? Have you ever used the Waze app? You'll be out in East Egypt somewhere and suddenly traffic out the wazoo. Well, evidently Colorado Street has been rerouted around the traffic signals on Highway 62.
Oh.
So he is stuck in traffic between
on road.
Jeremy's house and here.
Oh, no, because I think, why would he go 62?
But I came through that way earlier today because 62 traffic light had them solid all the way past Industrial Parkway. I had to wait in line to
Yeah,
get
they were
Industrial
way
Parkway.
The Dairy Queen when I left.
But Waze kept going, Industrial Parkway, that thing's gonna take me all the way around. I'm not gonna do that. And I got it,
Yeah, maybe I will.
At 1 o'clock today, they was all that way.
That's what I
Backed
heard.
up all the way
Yeah.
that way.
Wow.
We just missed it because we went down to Jennifer and Jeff's house. I guess, it seemed like we went about 1:30. No, we went about 12:30. So we probably just missed that. I knew that it had been a traffic backup. I figured there'd be a backup going into the drive-in, but it was still a little bit early. But there were several cars there. They opened the drive-in and paid $5 a car to watch it. And then they had the concessions open, so.
I could use some concessions right now.
Huh?
I could use some
Do I?
concessions right now.
Yeah, we did. You got a confirmation of the order?
Yeah, we just haven't done it yet.
Ah, goodness. February 13th.
I think so. I need to say.
Ready? You ready? You ready? Let's do it. Jeremy's in traffic. He's coming. We got a quorum. We're gonna start with that. Okay. We're gonna get this show on the road. Glenda, please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Auditors are stuck in traffic. Stuck in traffic. Okay. The March 11th meeting minutes have been distributed beforehand. Okay, we're in session, folks. Okay, March 11th meeting minutes have been distributed beforehand. I think we had some corrections, minor in nature.
Yes.
Okay.
Just one spelling thing. I
Oh,
corrected.
spelling thing.
Things should have corrected.
All right. Does anybody got anything else to add? Nope, nope. Okay, I'd take a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, I'll approve. Aye. Against? All right. Imagine that. We have next on the agenda, visitors and petitioners, an auditor report from Kemper, and the auditors are stuck in traffic. I don't know if they're going to be in Colorado Street behind Jeremy or not, but maybe they will get here to present the audit report. And if they do not, I guess that'd be okay. Old business. Does anybody got any old business they'd like to discuss? There's Jeremy. Got off Colorado Street. That's good. You didn't see the Kemper, you didn't see the auditors in line behind you, did you? Okay. But that's what Waze will get you in small town traffic.
Right.
Clips traffic.
Okay, well, I've got a little old business I wanna circle back to. And I don't know really what I want to say, other than I'm still not a happy camper. February 13th, we had a, air monitoring review from Region 4 EPA. And, you know, we encourage people to learn more about this report and go to that meeting. And did encourage public to attend. And I got to tell you that there was not much communication going on at that meeting. They had a message, they put out the message. And then we had citizenry who had a message and they put out the message. There wasn't any communication. There wasn't any real answers to any of the questions that were there. It was more checking in the box that we had a meeting and we needed to do that and we were done. I'm rather disappointed in that. Seems like every 6 to 10 years, something like that frequency, people want to come by and say bad things about our community. And I think that the air monitoring results as presented, 200-page report, there's a lot of it to digest. And I think it has been grossly misunderstood. I think some people who might know better are misrepresenting it. And I have been in contact with the governor's office with a letter. And I've had some conversations with Kentucky Division of Air Quality. I don't know where this conversation is going to go, but they're trying to put together some packages on frequently asked questions and do some of that better communication. Dr. Sarah Taft and Amanda Lefevre met with us the day before that. And I kind of didn't understand too much about why they were doing that. Because, you know, obviously Kentucky cities don't set the air quality regulations, nor do we employ people who regulate or inspect. But they want to let us know that it's going to be the storm that it was. And I think they understood better than we did on what was going on there. So, you know, the air quality in Calvert City, there's some administrative things that are off kilter a little bit, from the federal Region 4's action level to Kentucky's level is significantly lower for concern, and has led to some other activities. So I just want to let you know that I'm still trying to talk to the governor's office, and Commissioner Hatton has been pretty responsive and willing to talk, but I don't know what we're going to do so much as to try to improve communication. There may be an FAQ sheet that might help. We have had citizens going about their everyday life that have been affected by this meeting, and we have some people who believe that the effect is going onward. So I'll keep you posted if anything comes of it, and let you know. And hopefully we'll have some better understanding of exactly what that was and what it was meant to be. I mean, there wasn't any comparison of us to other communities throughout the Southeast, and I'm not going to start naming names. I mean, you can go to the Region 4 website and see comparable areas that have concern. Okay. And we have concern, and we want to know that Calvert City, we're working hard. This group especially work hard to make this community a livable place. And I appreciate all the work this community does and the enthusiasm we have around. And it seems like no matter what, this happens from time to time. So I don't know quite what the best response is, but I think trying to get some questions, so when people are considering Calvert City, they'll have maybe a better guide to that 200-page report than what was provided by that public meeting. So at that point, that's about all I have to say about that. But I did want to let you guys know that this is something that is continue to see stuff on social media, continue to see stuff in the news, and do you just hunker down, be quiet, and let it blow over, or do you try to get some information out there? That's, you know, hopefully let folks know that the monitoring here is for the long term, and that you know, the risks to the immediate residents, it's just cooked up. Read the report, try your best to understand. We have the right to know. We should try to understand. Okay. So that really wasn't council business as much as just kind of an announcement, let you know what I'm doing in that regard. So with that said, unless somebody wants to make a comment regarding that.
When you were talking about Q&A, you're getting at us coming up, I don't know who us is, but coming up with a list of potential questions from people outside the community or in the community that city government and us as just citizens and could have answers for logical or obvious questions
Mhm.
that are not something we're just coming up with off the top of our head, but are well thought out response to
Right.
that report. Yeah, I
So-
think that's great.
So the
We should do
division,
that.
the EPA, the commissioner had indicated they wanted to put together a frequently asked questions and they want just exactly that, Ralph, you know,
The
try to
EPA wants to do that?
Kentucky
EPA.
Division of Air Quality. Okay, they want to try to put together a communication of frequently asked questions and try to get those released. So hopefully we can get something that makes it easier for everyone to understand what this means to our community. So more news on that later, I hope. So if someone has one of those questions, like Ralph said, a well thought out question that should be asked, please, let me have them and I'll try my best to get them in the right hands so we can, see they make the cut or whatever. And if we do get a document, which I hope we will, that we can do that. All right. Well, thank you for the understanding. Let me get on a soapbox there. Moving forward, we've got a consideration of a resolution for the Jackson Purchase Natural Hazard Mitigation Plan. John, you want to lead us through that?
I can't break any of one. This is the regional, the Jackson Purchase, regional or the purchase and regional multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan is a plan that's put together, incorporated in all the counties in the purchase ad district are in this, the counties, the cities and stuff like that. The primary goal of this is what you have to have a hazard mitigation plan to receive FEMA or federal grants for mitigation and reimbursement like we have from the floods and the ice storms and stuff, such and such. So there is a regional group that meets to discuss the hazards. They do historical data and put together this plan. And in it, each city and county has action items as well as the historical data to let people know what's going on and what we need to work on. Luckily for us, for us, we're ahead of the game. More so than a lot of them, because if you'll take a look at the hazard mitigation plan, I think on page 113 of chapter 8 in that plan, it lists these action items that we were considering. And this is things we're talking about. And 4 of the 7 items on there are already either in the planning stages or have been completed or in the process of being worked on. So 4 of those 7 have been already. The resolution though is just one of these where we have to, and mostly it deals with critical infrastructure. There's another one for you. Road department, water and sewer, those action items are where they are generally in their areas. Communications being in there as well, so. But if we want to participate with FEMA and reimbursements and all that, we have to be part of this plan. You want to add anything to that, Greg?
The only concern that I had when I looked at the resolution was item 2 says that the respective Calvert city officials identified in the strategy of the plan are hereby directed to implement the recommended actions assigned to them. And the only 2 offices that are applicable in Calvert City are the road department and utilities department. So that's what you're doing basically, is telling the road department and the utility department to cooperate with the folks running the plan, comply with the plan, and they're making weekly reports to John already with regard to what they're doing, and so John can make those reports to you guys as to have your resolution says that those reports have to be made annually, well, they're actually being made, but not weekly. So, but that's really the only 2 designated sets of officials for us. Just wanted you to know.
But we do recommend that this resolution be passed, so that we can be part of that. It doesn't have to be read, but does anybody want it read? Okay.
You just need a motion?
Yeah, a
then?
motion, a second and a vote. Now, we have passed this resolution before.
Yes,
Yes.
back in 17. That was when I was with it the first, we went through it the first time. For the pad that I recall.
So this is a revision.
Yes,
Okay.
this is a revision.
I make a motion that we adopt the resolution presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
And those of you who want me to send them 113 pages of chapter 8, I'd be glad to forward that to you if you wish it. Just let me know.
That sounds exciting.
Good reading material.
Could you do it on audio tape for us?
I know.
There you
Greg
go.
is not
Greg
in
will
the
read it.
office like it used to be.
No, you would have to pay Greg extra.
Last time I did that, people got up and left, went to get coffee and everything else.
Just tease.
Yeah. We can,
Website, is it on the PAD website?
I don't know if they posted it yet or not. It's gone to the state for their approval. Now it has to go to the FEMA for their approval, but this is the same programs they've been doing for the last year.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what, this is the culmination of all those meetings that they've had throughout the counties and the purchase.
At one time I read the thing, but this is
God bless
ridiculous.
you.
Well. Takes a little time. But, this is a revision. It's basically the same every,
A few of the items,
they're upgrades.
yeah, a few of the hazards have shifted in their priorities. Just simply because of what we've had since the last issue, so. Tornadoes and then flooding, flash flooding, those types of things. But if you look at it versus the other one, it's the same hazards, just some of them have just shifted from moderate to high or high to moderate based on not having one in the recent history. The
Well,
last
17, the last time this council had to deal with it.
17 was the last one. I think that was when we had our last,
Didn't realize it had been that long. I remember
Yes.
doing it.
it's a 5-year plan if I recall right. So, and then they spent 23 putting it together, working on it, putting it together, so.
okay. Thank you for that. Now we see our auditors made it through the
Finally got out of there.
through the fog of the corona. And you made it here. Okay, so that gets me back to another note. At the end of this council meeting, I'm gonna ask for an executive session, okay? We got a couple things to cover. And Greg is, first time he's hearing that, he's gonna be digging around for his paragraph to read. We're gonna talk about land acquisition and give you an update on a pending lawsuit, okay? All right, so that's coming up. So that said, we're ready to get our audit report.
You ready for us? Okay, we can go ahead and tell you, we can wait, keep going.
We thought you guys might be involved in local traffic out in Jeremy's neighborhood because you never thought you'd be using Waze to get back to the city council meeting, did you?
Couldn't get on to 62. You just turn around.
You're not an employee of the city.
He can have
Just been kind.
He can have mine.
He can have mine just a minute.
Thank you.
Greg can look at it and then give it to somebody else.
Well,
This is what I always.
You better not have
do
yours.
every year.
you can't have mine either. I have reviewed
Glenn's excited,
since
yeah.
I have been mayor. I have looked back at these.
Well, good evening. Sorry for the delay as I was getting here. Wasn't expecting it was gonna take me 20 minutes to get out of Paducah.
Well, we
15
carried
minutes to
on.
get-
We made it okay. So appreciate it.
Hopefully you were able to work around with us.
without us disrupting the meeting too much. So, of course, most of you all know that my name's David Hampton. I'm the partner in charge on the engagement. Chris Hampton with me, he was the manager on the engagement. We appreciate the opportunity to serve your organization. And I want to thank the entire staff for all their assistance on that. Makes it a whole lot easier when y'all working with us. So we appreciate that. And so, of course, we want to thank the council here for the opportunity to continue serving your organization. So your financial statements, which also include the water and sewer, for the year ending June 30th, 2023, it consists of our auditor's report, management discussion and analysis, the various financial statements, notes, required and other supplemental information. That's kind of an overview of the whole audit report. And so our first report is on page 1 of the financial statements. So our independent auditors report. And as noted in the second paragraph, we disclose our opinion, and as noted, we determine these financial statements are fairly presented in all material respects. This is known as a unmodified or clean opinion, no gap departures. The fourth and sixth paragraphs describe the responsibilities of the city and all responsibilities as your auditors. These are your financial statements. Our responsibility is to audit and express an opinion on these statements. In addition, as noted in the third paragraph of the next page, your financial statements include required supplemental information. This is the management discussion and analysis information on pages 3 through 11, budgetary schedules on pages 45 and 46, as well as pension and other post-employee benefit schedules on pages 47 through 50. This information is not audited, so accordingly, we don't express opinions on this information. But however, noted in the fourth paragraph, we did perform audit procedures on other supplemental information on the combining non-major funds on pages 51 and 52, and have determined that these financial statements are fairly presented in all material respect. So that concludes our report, independent auditors report. There is an additional report that's located on pages 53 through 54. Let's be back. Probably just about at the very end of the package. So this report is required under governmental auditing standards, and this report discloses our findings, if any, regarding the city's internal controls over financial reporting, as well as compliance with certain laws, regulations, contracts, and grant agreements. As noted in the second paragraph, our responsibility is to consider the city's internal controls over financial reporting and compliance for the purpose of planning and performing our audit, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on your internal controls. So accordingly, we do not express an opinion on your internal controls. So with that in mind, as noted in paragraph 4, we did not identify any deficiencies as material weaknesses, which we are required to report under governmental auditing standards. In addition, as noted in the last paragraph of page 53, as part of obtaining the reasonable assurance, your financial statements are free of material misstatements. We did perform tests of compliance with certain laws, regulations, contracts, and grant agreements. And as noted, we noted no instances of non-compliance or other matters that are required to be reported under governmental auditing standards. So that concludes our 2 reports on your audit. If you like, I can go into some of the details on overall, or you all can digest this and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on anything.
Have you got a good summary prepared?
A little bit of a summary here.
Well, take us by the hand and walk us through it.
So overall, your city's net position increased about 1.5 million this year. These are your revenues and excess of expenses. Your governmental activities, increased about 1.3 million. Municipality increased about 208,000. This is primarily due to increases, from charges for services with little changes in expenses. Your unrestricted and restricted cash increased about 595,000 for the year. Your governmental activities increased about 491,000. Municipality increased about 104,000. Your capital assets increased a net of 88,000 during the period. We had construction and additions of about 1.7 million with depreciation of about 1.6 million between the city and the municipality. The breakdown of that is your governmental net increased about 250,000 and municipality decreased about 162,000. So that's your additions plus depreciation. Your total long-term debt, and this includes pensions, your accrued compensated absence, all your long-term debt. It decreased about 81,000. We issued about 58,000 in new debt during the year. We had a net decrease in debt and accumulated sick leave of about 121,000. We had a net increase in pensions and other post-employee benefit obligations of about 40,000. So again, you know, with interest rates rising, if the municipality needs funds or is going to look at borrowing, keep in mind, unless we can get a good rate out there, you're almost better off if you've got excess cash sitting around that you feel like you can use. You can use that to loan to it, which we're already doing that because we can certainly get them a lot better rate. Won't be such a burden on them. Your city's general fund, your operating revenues exceeded expenses by about 2.6 million before transfers. Now we transferred probably every bit of that and then some over to our construction fund for the year. Your water and sewer system, you had revenues increases of about 248,000. Overall, your operating expenses decreased about 31,000 from the prior year. And really that's pretty good considering your payroll and your pension and other post-employee benefits. Those are the ones that can really impact it severely, and those actually decreased about 210,000 for the year compared to last year. So that pension and OPEB, that it can cause a significant variance pretty quick on that. So that's kind of an overall summary.
Well, like Nita said, we need this for voice so we can get through it at nighttime reading. But so overall, it's good news for the city. Okay.
We're sound financially and looking good.
And our financial controls look to be in order.
Mhm.
Very good. Anybody got any questions? No. And we got your number if something comes up.
All right. Once again, we appreciate the opportunity to serve you. And unfortunately, it's tax season, so.
Well, you're on the home stretch of that, right? Sorta. Is there a home stretch anymore?
Ever in.
Okay.
And you drug him in after you. Now, is that something? What are you doing?
I can't get him to do anything now. I might as well bring him up here. Oh, you can go ahead, Dan. So, anyway, we certainly appreciate the opportunity to serve you and look forward to continuing working with you. And if y'all need anything, feel free to reach out to me. And I'll be working on your unified financial report. We'll be getting that to you as quickly as possible. So again, thank you. Call me if you have any questions, please.
After the 15th.
I don't know, then you have all the extensions.
Right, I'll call you. Sure.
All right. Pretty quick report. Other business. Blair.
Well, today was a fun day.
Sure.
Eclipse glasses. We ordered 1,000 eclipse glasses and they were gone. And then Elena brought us 250 this morning and it was insane. The amount of people and how quickly they went. Glenda called me and was like, "You gotta help me." I can't do that. No,
Just like that.
maybe a little bit more dramatic than that, but you were a little bit panicked.
Blair.
You were a
Only
little
more
bit
dramatic.
panicked. There's a little bit of panic there.
No, that's.
Yeah.
good. I said I'm gonna develop a twitch. That's what I told her.
Yeah, yeah. It was
And,
crazy.
those glasses had ISO markings
is,
and
yes.
numbers. Appreciate that.
So I went down to Memorial Park and, oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I gave all of our employees glasses and I did not save any for you all. So I thought about that today. I was like, you know what? I didn't give any to the council. So hope y'all were able to. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, so I went down to Memorial Park and there was a couple from Chattanooga, a couple from Nashville, a couple from Florida, and another couple from Smyrna, Tennessee. And they were stuck in the traffic and they just Googled parks nearby and Calvert came up and off they went. So
That's how couples at Old
I was
Park
gonna
were as
ask you
well.
about that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, because that's when I was coming
A
by. I
lot were
saw them.
traveling and they just got off.
Whatever we got.
Yeah.
Coming
At
together.
the church, we got two different groups from Atlanta.
Perfect.
And Terry had to tell you about all the rest, but she still wasn't over with it, so.
Yes. Well, it was
What was
awesome.
occupancy?
Oh, we were sold out.
There you go.
Oh, good.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we sold out more than you.
Well, we'll see if we can schedule another eclipse next year for you.
Works for me.
All right.
2000. Oh no, it's not.
Make your
I don't think we'll be alive. for the
No,
next one.
well, maybe
Well, not totality. I think it's 2044.
20 years, right?
Yeah. So hopefully I'll still be
That's-
alive in my 60s.
I'll say, hopefully you are.
Hopefully you're gonna make it.
Okay, let's see. There is, I do feel like I need to bring up that there is an informational meeting regarding our school system. April the 16th. There's a group of community members that are meeting about it. If you don't know about it, it's at the library and it's April 16th at 7 o'clock. It's just an informational meeting to discuss the future of our school. So,
Who's conducting the meeting?
Dwayne Stice and Bruce Lyles, I believe.
Thank you. I did not.
Don't hold that to me though. I know Dwayne is. Yes, so, keep that in your schedule. Earth Day, April 22nd, we're having it at Kentucky Dam Village at the Sustainability Center. It starts off with 9 o'clock we'll have yoga. And then at 10 a.m., we're gonna do a park cleanup. At 11 a.m., we're gonna do a tea party and have live music. There'll be tree giveaways, arts and crafts, a little potting station. And then, from 11 to 4. And welcome to come and it's free and just after school activity to do with the kids. So come on out. Food Truck Friday starts May 3rd, coming up soon. It'll be that afternoon time, so it's 10:30 until 1:30. Kites Over Calvert is May the 4th, and that is from 1 to 3 p.m. Our paddle up event is May the 18th. That'll be our next one coming up. Hopefully, it'll be good and good weather and all the things. We're gonna have a golf cart scavenger hunt on May the 24th. And then Kids Art in the Park is June the 8th. We have sold out of vendor spots for the Kids Art in the Park, which is crazy to me. I thought we'll put 10 out there and, 10 kid businesses. Sure. No, there's 30.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
So that's awesome. Who would have thought? And they're anywhere from cotton candy, lemonade to art and jewelry and all kinds of different things. So should be neat. Pending weather. I don't know if you looked at the weather for Thursday, but it does not look good.
Okay.
we received the sign for the bike friendly community that we could put up in all three of the parks. And we kind of want to do like an unveiling of it. And Mayor, he graciously agreed to do a bike ride. So we were going to do it this Thursday, but the weather, it looks pretty bad. So maybe next Thursday.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we'll just schedule for next Thursday. If that's
So
okay.
an easy ride from Cedar Street all the way up to Long Valley and back. right.
Cedar Street.
Well, Railroad Avenue, excuse me, Railroad Avenue, Limestone Road. Go to the full length of the bike trail up to Lone Valley Road.
Okay.
We talked about that.
I thought we were going to start at Old Park.
Well, we'll do whatever you want at the end. At the end of the day, Blair, whatever you want.
I was just thinking about parking, where people are going to park at.
Yeah.
So if we start it this way and go this way.
But yeah,
That work?
I'm talking about the bike ride, not the car parking. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
it'll be an easy ride.
Whatever the mayor wants to do.
Now,
Wherever he goes, but we're going to start at Old Park.
sounds good.
Okay. You
I
don't
got
have to
one
look
on-
like either, and I would love it to have everybody there, just to be there for the photo op, unveiling the sign. You know, it's a huge, huge deal. We'll have 3 signs, 1 at each park, but we'll just unveil the one at Old Park.
That was what I was
Yeah.
thinking. We may need some.
5:30. So next
We're giving
Thursday.
we're giving airport. We'll
5:30.
call you the.
And I'll put it out there. And then I wanted to mention this because I'm going to try and get it out this week. Bobby and I and Dwayne Stice are working on a cemetery tour for this October. So we're going to look for actors and actresses to play the part of some very influential people in Calvert City. We have Pat Doyle, who was a very popular basketball player. Mary Moorhead, who I didn't know her, but she seems to be a very interesting character. Luther Draffin, of course, and then Larry and Homer Ford. They were the starters of the school here at Calvert. Calvert Titchener, who was the son of Patilla Calvert, right?
Calvert Titchener.
Yeah.
You want to do.
No, you don't want to do Calvert, you want to do Patilla.
No, we're doing both.
Calvert notorious.
Do we want to do whatever?
Yeah, that's the whole reason. That's the cool part.
That's the whole reason you want to do it.
Absolutely. Kelly, Machine Gun Kelly. That's the cool part.
I think that's cool.
Absolutely. Maybe not then, it wasn't cool, but it's kind of cool now. Patilla Calvert and then the Blackwell brothers. They're 2 people that were happened to be shot at the same time.
Yeah, I know who shot him.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's a relative.
Are they still alive?
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, anyway, those are the people that we've kind of chose. So I'm gonna put like a call to for actors and actresses to portray them. So if you know of anyone in that, and I'll send more details out, send them my way. All right.
Claire, I would like to add just a little bit. I have written the first draft upon Pat Doyle. And
How tall was Pat?
I'm sorry.
How tall was Pat?
6'2".
Pat was not tall. He was 6 foot, probably 6'2" or 3.
Okay.
But Pat was.
How tall are you, Ralph?
6'1".
I was
Close enough.
there in 59 when Pat stepped out of bounds and received the ball 3 seconds on the clock. And he chucked it under his arm and let the 00s appear. Leland Malier had just sank a basket that had he been fouled would have won it on DuPont Manual.
Wow.
And it cut North Marshall's score from 64 to 61 to 64, 63. The referee hands Pat the ball, Pat tucks it under his arm. North Marshall wins. I ran out on the floor, as did just about everybody else, hugged those sweaty guys. And I cried there as I wrote that story.
It's a great story.
Pat's gone. Pat died in Six, I think. It's in this, what I wrote.
Well, sounds like we might need a narrator at that level.
Well.
Okay.
It's still the last.
All right.
First region.
Yeah.
First region.
It's so cute.
You know, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I did not know that. Wow.
They were about every 10 years
I texted you,
until
people.
Yeah.
that was the last one though.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That's all, that's all? That's all you got?
Oh,
Okay.
what about the Christmas parade? Do you want to go ahead and announce the theme of that?
Do you want to go ahead? You already know it.
The Christmas parade theme this year is the Sound of Music.
Sound of music.
It's the Sound of Christmas.
Sound of Christmas. Sound of Christmas.
Inspired by
So
the
those-
Sound of Music.
So those people that need to know that they need to start planning that, like.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm working on my letter this week and we will get that out to businesses and anybody else who'd like to participate, any council members that would like a float, we can talk.
All right. With that, we're gonna shift gears from our mind-blowing social schedule to police officers. Chief Cannon's got somebody to introduce.
Well, we've got our vacancy, got with us today, it's Dylan Bobo, he, came to us on April the 2nd. He was sworn in at 8:15 by Mayor Calvert, and, he's a 2017 graduate of Marshall County High School, he's a native, originally ran from Ordinary, he's lived there. All right, so after, high school, he, went to the, Kentucky Community Technical College, received an associate's degree with a major in criminal justice, and graduated in 2019. Is that right? And then on February 14th of 2020, after Valentine's Day, he started on he was sworn in to the Murray Police Department, and of course, that was just before the pandemic, so his academy was a little postponed for that. But he finally made it through, he was able to go. He served with Murray till April 1st of this year, and while he was there, he's been exposed to a lot of different things. One thing that stuck out was the December 10th tornado came through western Kentucky and devastated the area. He went to Mayfield to help out at the candle factory. So he was exposed to that, and his time at Murray, he also was a coordinator for the Honor Guard, and he was also a trainer for the stop sticks, which is like a pursuit intervention tool that we use. And so he does bring with him some of that behind him, and he's got about 4 years experience. And we're happy to have him. Just want you guys to see the face and meet him. You'll see him on the street. He's going to be assigned to the afternoon shift for a while. So you guys will probably see him. He'll have part daylight and then some nighttime patrol as well.
Little mix up.
We'll mix that.
But, his wife is Stacy, and she has the polka dot and paisleys and then
Polka dot and paisley.
There were a lot of very nice compliments about you on Facebook.
Yes,
That was very nice.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
yes, Sergeant Babcock and I, we did the background on them, and we spent a little over a month. We couldn't find a single strike against the guy. It's really scary. Nothing perfect. I mean, we dug into it. We tried to find something and we couldn't. So
Well,
we're happy to have him.
very happy to have you here.
Very happy to be here.
Yeah.
Glad-
Really nice meeting everybody. Thank you. Glad to have you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And as far as the police department's going right now, we've got a risk and liability review from KLC. It's gonna happen next Tuesday. And we look forward to passing it with flying colors. Passed every other audit we've had this year, so we're moving forward and doing well. Call flow's starting to come up. Weather's warming up and people are getting out, so
That's good.
we're staying busy. Hard at it. You guys have any questions?
Would you repeat the young man's name?
Dylan Bobo, B-O-B-O.
And what's the first name?
Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N.
B-Y-L-A-N.
Yep. That's a D. You want to stand up against the wall here?
Right there, it's just.
Up against the wall. Okay. Oh, man. No.
You wore your Calvert shirt today. You're ready.
Thank you. I think you got the cap still on.
That
was my dear.
That's a picture when it's sworn in.
Oh, okay, that'd be great. Yeah. You could send me that. This be okay with that.
Helps if you turn it on, because, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Chief. Dylan. Okay. We're on a roll. You want to do a project report?
Sure. West 10th Avenue work, Brad and the guys have been tearing up, fixing up West 10th. They had to tear it down, build it back up, and they're right. They've been working it, we've had trouble with drainage through there on that road forever. And so now we're actually getting all that reworked and brought back into shape. Also, the asphalt plants are starting to reopen. And so hopefully we'll start moving forward with the projects we did not complete before Christmas, and then moving forward with that. That's gonna be West Sixth, no. No, I mean, Gilbert Highway, West Second, and what was the other? There's one more. No, we finished it. That was West Sixth. Or East Sixth, we completed that.
Intersection 50 lane.
Okay.
When's gonna be your big paving period? You got any idea?
Oh.
Don't know. You got a lot of stuff to do around some. Okay.
We've also, we've got agreement signed for cemetery management software now, so that we'll be able to, once it goes online, we'll be able to actually have access to information on the cemetery through our website. So you can do research as well as actually be able to purchase or find and start the purchase procedure for a lot or a niche or a crypt online. So budget, again, we're working there, trying to get it. We've got most of our expenses worked up and worked into the new draft budget. We've got to work on, we're just now finished our 9 months, and so we're doing Linda's working up the revenues, and so we'll have another meeting or two, and so we're looking at, I think everybody's been contacted about the workshop, and the 16th of May is good. Okay. So comes with food. So any recommendations, we'll take them. We were going to do the doors throughout and put the new panics bars and everything on that in there. The company that had actually gotten the quote wound up. He lost a lot of his help and he had a conversation with me and said he did not feel like he and the other guy, the two of them, could complete the project and complete it properly. So he asked to bow out of the contract or the agreement. And in doing so, we've actually started looking at getting quotes from some other companies who did not put quotes in before, to just do the 2 double doors, top and bottom, for the entryway at the police department, the front doors. Do them in this budget year, and then maybe the other 3, the police front door, the training room door, and then the door to the fire department in the back. Try to get those worked in next year's budget. So we're going to work on that, and hopefully we'll be able to get that project completed before the end of the year. The only other thing right now is just give you a positive. I can actually say positively and with a big smile that we're actually selling jet fuel now. We had gone so long selling so little But now it's taken off and it's left our avgas in the dust. Last month we sold. Was it last? Yeah. We sold 4 times. The jet fuel, the avgas. 400 gallons of avgas, to something like 1,600 gallons of jet fuel. It was unbelievable what we sold last month. So, and we're bringing in mostly helicopters. They're coming in from all over the area, so. And it's partly because we're keeping our prices down. Still making a little money on it, not as much as other areas, but we are still making enough to offset it, so.
What you got?
What I forget, Brad, anything? I think that was it anyway. That's it. The only thing is if you guys have a project that you're thinking about or think that we haven't, please contact me and let me know, because I mean, we've got a ton of projects listed. You see, that's the parks, right there. That's their 5. They wanted or 4, 5, depending on, and then basically that's their order of priority from the Parks Board. But those are the things, and we've got other stuff going throughout, the other departments, cemetery, streets, fire department, police department, etc. So if there's something that you guys are thinking about, please give me a call, let me know.
We need to get a process put together.
What's the last benches, landscaping?
Basin.
That's out on the basin, yeah.
Save me a phone call, please.
Well,
Our auditor said we got an extra million, right?
yeah, there you go. The landscape basin, we probably need to get some trees planted here pretty quick. And Brad put some grass seed down. Cross your fingers. Well, we can do that.
If we put trees in, we gotta be careful, make sure we just put them on the Cedar Street side. Because I would be careful putting the roots.
Yeah, we don't want to put them in the dock area,
But just so you guys, I know some of you may think, why didn't we put anything there? Part of it is simply the roots can destroy that.
so the vision of a
Levee
walking
around.
trail around makes you have a couple of bridges, maybe 3. So we gotta figure out what's going on.
Down through there on the tree roots.
That's another reason not to put it on that run.
That's so your favorite maple trees definitely are on the outs, right? Yeah. But we do need to look at see what we can do to dress that up. Did you mention a date on the sun shields? You got an idea on the splash park shades?
No, we have ordered shades. We got 4 shades coming. They're going on the 4 end benches, leaving the 2 in the center open. But these are permanent mounts. I don't know I don't have an actual ship date yet, but I do know they have been ordered. And
Number 1 up here is the bathrooms. And
speaking of
the bathrooms,
we got our bids in.
got bids in.
This year cycle.
It's in this, we've got 250,000 set for this year.
So we've got bids back. We're going to pull the trigger. It's on the budget. We got bids back. We're going to pull the trigger on that. Parks Board agrees. Okay.
I don't know if it'll be finished with it in time. That's one of the reasons why I want to leave it on that point.
What's the status of the Lone Valley Road multi-use trail segment? We've got stuff bought. I hate to just keep rubbing at a sore wound, but
Well, I mean, the fact is we have not received, since we have submitted the last requested information that the state requested, we've not received anything back from that office. However, you've had communication.
Yeah,
It's the only
yeah.
communication we've had with them since.
so
since
we
November
applied for it in
submitted.
17, we were awarded it in 19, and I'm trying to talk to some folks and get some movement. So we've got some attention. We'll see if we can get going on that. So
And it's not because we haven't tried to communicate with them. I mean, we make weekly calls
but
and don't get answers. Nor do we get return calls either.
so that's the last, how long is that segment? I mean, how long is it? 2 miles?
The actual trail?
Yeah.
No, it's not that long.
Mile and a half.
Maybe a mile.
Yeah.
Maybe a
So
mile.
we've got that standing in the way of a 13-mile, 15-mile out and back. That would be great to have. So we're trying to get that. I love that. Every now and then something will pop up, a memory, and it's like, yeah, that was a memory. All right. So it's time to get moving there. Chief Davis, you got something?
Yeah, we've had three major fires. Two of the major fires the cities, well, three of the fire majors the city's been involved in, and we've had two all county page outs, which means every department in the county gets paged out. All three of them have been calls of people burning when they're not supposed to. Too windy, in the daytime, just when they're not supposed to.
This is the annual springtime burn ban, right?
Yes,
It goes through the month?
yes.
Okay.
No, it's a state till end of the month. last day of the month.
Did someone get cited on those?
We're working on it. The one that happened just outside the city limits, the county is doing that. And then there's one here in Calvert, and we haven't got it finalized yet, but we are working on it.
Okay. Thank you.
Two of them were very costly. One of them was a residence here in Calvert, his garage, a camper trailer and a vehicle. We lost all that. Another 10 minutes and probably lost his house or a big portion of it.
The brush fire.
It was a city department call, so, it's bad, people, that people set these fires when they shouldn't. Y'all know how windy it's been. And, please, please, please don't set fires when it's windy. And then medical calls, we've had several medical calls. Again, I say it every time, keep checking on your neighbors, the weather's getting warmer. People are gonna start having more trouble breathing and everything, so just check on your neighbors and, don't wait 5 days till you call and say, hey, we ain't seen Susie in 5 days.
I've seen her.
Pardon me?
I've seen Susie.
But just be good neighbors and good people.
All right. Thanks, Chief. Okay, we're gonna do an airports update. You ready? Ready? You got an airport update?
I do have a brief one.
A brief one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know nobody believes that. But, we got good news the last couple of weeks.
I know you did.
The state has issued and authorized the grant for the fence project. We're waiting and to continue communication with Transportation Commission to see how that goes. We've completed the environmental documentation necessary to support the 2 FAA grants. The PAPI and the reels. I can use those acronyms because you all know what they are.
Happy in the reels.
The lighting system for the. And, the airport layout plan, we're still in negotiation with the state on the second phase of that project.
Okay.
The airport fact for the month. April 27th of 1911, a gentleman was a volunteer to strap himself to a kite and see how high it would go. He went to 2,600 feet. He was a corporal in the British military, and he was a member of the observation battalion, and they thought that they needed an alternative to the balloons. So they thought that would be a good idea.
They live.
His name appropriately was Sappy Morton.
Sappy Morton. Did he live?
He lived,
And he became the founder of Red Bull.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I leave you with that.
Okay. That's pretty cool. 1911.
You know what? Big enough, I hope.
Okay.
Sappy was probably a very small person.
Sappy's a little guy. Okay, how about a water update, Dan? Dan or Tim, whoever's,
That's not funny.
Uh,
I like you.
We've got the Long Valley Road extension, the drawings have been sent in to the state for approval. As soon as the state returns them back, we will start putting them out for bid to finish the loop across the top of the hill and down to I-69 and back around and get more pressure in there. So that's in place, going on, and we've got, how many people going? Class 3 will be going next week. 3 of our employees are going to state for additional schooling in class next week. License and so forth up next.
glad to hear that.
So
License up.
doing that, and then we have another item.
They showed up today, they started cleaning the water tower on the outside.
Oh, that's right.
They're not gonna have to take it down out of service right now. With the weather like it is, it's not gonna sweat real bad. So they wanted to go ahead and get the outside paint on. So they showed up today and they started cleaning the exterior, and then next week they're gonna paint.
So it's very important that we receive that news, so we know that we got a blank canvas to put something else up there. And I don't know, we got a bid on that? We want to put the city logo, or we could put generic, we could just put black letters, water,
No, I really like this.
generic water. Or we could put what the ladies are wearing today, and I wish I'd,
I think that's a
one of
pretty logo.
yeah. So we need to talk about getting that done, because we're going to fresh canvas. Now it's time to do it. It's been sitting up there blank for a while, so we need to talk about that. I don't know if it's something we get done this year. When they supposed to be completing, if they stick with the schedule, when are they going to be done?
Paint the outside.
They're gonna paint the outside first, and then they're gonna come back and do their interior work. So
Mhm.
we can probably have, so we'll have to drain it when they do the interior work. And so when they come back, we can probably have them to do the logo on the outside when it's drained.
Right, do you have that scheduled yet?
No.
No, okay, not scheduled yet, just something put in front of us, all right.
Only reason they showed up this week was they had a cancellation. And they said, well, it'd probably be August. And I told them, I said, no, come on, let's get it done.
Good job. Every time I think about water tower painters, one of my early vertical rescue classes was a case study on a family of painters in Texas. And it's a horror story. They fell off the thing twice, and they had to get somebody like Tim and his friends to come rescue him on the second time. The first time they fell off, there wasn't any rescue. But anyway, so we're gonna get reputable people, right? Long ropes, good. All right. Or we get the class of 1970 to go up and do a reprisal of the former work. Okay.
It could happen. You have to know my class to understand that.
I would know of no other class that was involved in painting a water tower. I can neither confirm nor deny involvement in any said event, no matter what the statute limits say. So anyway, that's all for our meeting, normal meeting. We're going to go to executives. Yeah, we do. We need to do it. We'll do that now instead of coming back. Is any of the council members will go around? Kevin, you got something? No? No?
I just wonder if John had a chance to call the state about those medians in at Oak Park.
Getting them painted?
No, ma'am, I have not. I'm sorry.
They might need to be built up some.
You know, I noticed that the other night.
That's all.
There's a lot of activity down there. Tanara, you got something? No? Ralph? Chris? No. Oh, okay. So we're gonna go to executive session, and we're gonna discuss a couple of things. One of them is land acquisition, and one of them is information on a lawsuit. Okay?
All right.
If we take a motion after you read you do your part.
Okay. The exceptions to the open meeting statute are in KRS 61.810. One is deliberations on the future acquisition or sale of real property by a public agency, but only when publicity would be likely to affect the value of the specific piece of property to be acquired for public use or sold by a public agency. And the other exception is discussions of proposed or pending litigation against or on behalf of the public agency. The purpose for this executive session is to discuss the potential future acquisition of real property and to discuss proposed or pending litigation. The reason for the executive session is to protect the value of the property, and as much as public discussion would likely affect the value of the specific piece of property, and to protect the confidentiality of the litigants with regard to any proposed or pending litigation. Having made that announcement, we can now entertain a motion to enter into executive session if you wish.
Thank you. Second, all in favor? Aye. All right. This is an update. We're not likely to take any action when we come out.
Will you call me?
Yeah, we can. We will.
No, just go over to the top and take out, top left. You can stop it, you can see right there.